So you want your bench press to get bigger. You want your bench press to go up, and you want to do it with 0 injuries. Well, how you do that is all about mixing and matching what type of pressing you do. So here in the next video, we're going to show you my 5 major movements that we use for our warm-ups. Now with this style of warm-up, obviously you're going to need a little bit more stuff. You're going to need your normal mini bands, which you can get at Elite FTS and some other places. But basically what you do is you take the band and you double it over, just fold it in half, and then loop it through the handle. And then now you hang the kettlebell from the bar. What this does, creates a very unstable environment, almost unlike anything, because you have it being able to bounce, right, and oscillate. So now it doesn't act like almost any kind of traditional weight training, which is going to make all your stabilizers work. So this works for squatting, it works for benching, works for just about everything. But the trick of it is that most people's stabilizers are their limiting factor. It doesn't mean that your max effort work necessarily needs to be stabilizers, but you definitely want to make it more unstable when you warm up. So the hard part with doing this is the bamboo bar is that when I hang this, that other side's going to want to flip. So what I need to do is have a partner keep that on there. Then we just loop it onto this. Then we come over the other side. There we have it. So now, not only have we created an oscillating and bouncing mechanism or environment, but with this particular bamboo bar called the bambell, it actually resonates that type of energy very, very well, which makes it even harder because there's really no weight to that bar. That bar might weigh 3 to 5 pounds. So most of this oscillation and bouncing is going to be transferred into this bar and into your hands. A normal bar will work as well, but the normal bar weighs 45 pounds. So because it weighs 45 pounds, it actually stabilizes itself a little more. Well, this bar makes everything way harder. But I use this a lot for warm-ups. So as you can see, this bar wants to bounce. I'm going to make it look pretty stable because I do it a lot. But this is very hard. So now I would do this for my warm-up. Does it mean that this is better than using dumbbells or a bar? Not necessarily. But the reason is that different is better. You need a lot of tools in your toolbox. You're not going to be able to build a house with a screwdriver and a saw. You're going to need a lot more tools than that. So this bar and this setup is going to allow you to make a lot of progress in a shorter period of time with less injury. And that should be the real goal to your training. How strong can I get with the least amount of mileage and the least amount of injuries? So now you saw us use the kettlebells full range. You saw us use the bamboo bar and make it even more unstable. Now what we can do is we can do our warm-up single arm with a limited range of motion. So this is a modified floor press. If you don't have these big fancy foam blocks, you can do it off the ground as long as you're careful. But this is a single arm press in a foam pad. Notice that every couple reps I'll change my hand position. So I started off kind of a straight bar, going into a hammer, working my way back every little rep and changing the angle. If you want to be a good presser and you want to last a long time, you need to be strong in all these angles, not just one. So I want my warm-up to have a little bit more of an aesthetic background. I want to build the pecs right off the clavicle, get those bodybuilding style chest muscles to grow. You're going to have to do a lot of inclines, okay? Michael Hearn's huge on inclines. A lot of bodybuilders do a lot of incline work, and they're for a good reason. The incline actually makes the pec pop off of the clavicle. So if you're looking to get a little bit more of a bodybuilding style build from doing these types of warm-ups, turn some of or all of your warm-ups into an incline. So the next thing you can do is change the type of bar. So if we look here, angle handle football bar, okay? So now, let's say we have a shoulder problem, my shoulder hurts, blah, blah, blah. We hear this a lot. One of the major reasons is that you're not mixing and matching the angles and the types of pressures that you're using, especially hand positioning. So if you're using a straight handle, a straight bar, or a straight hand position all the time, you can cause a little bit of shoulder agitation and aggravation. So if my shoulder's feeling a little messed up or a little wonky, I'll use a different style angle handle, and it usually will fix the problem right away. So don't be afraid to use different style handles and bars for your warm-up. So you've seen the 5 ways we press. You have seen the philosophy of how to change hand positions, implements, and so on. You need to go and watch the Wenning Warmup to make sure that you understand where those go and how they're applied to get maximum benefit. So here at Wenning Strength, we'll see you guys next time. Go check out our other videos and ask questions below so we can see what you guys want to see.